just like night, I got security information. The local government area has been invaded by Fulani to join the fray of kidnap.
Hello, Mr. Chairman. I think we heard you. We had a brief, I think, some glitch with the network, but I think I heard you mention invasion by Fulanese, which I'd like to bring. Do you mean Fulanese as part the ethnic group or herders?
Well, these are when you say herders will quickly refer to those who are rearing cattle.
Mm-hmm.
But when you no longer rear cattle and you are now rearing human beings, you have moved from the purview of herders now to kidnappers. So, and that the some persons who have regained freedom from these fellows have said that they speak Fufude. Fufude is the Fulani language, and that they were released at the Ele Lalimini and Ele Lebandre. And we know that the property belonging to the Nigerian army there is being occupied by some of these elements. So we are using this opportunity. I have scheduled meetings with the chairman of Mieti Allah within the local government to do a head count of his people with a view to ascertaining the members who are headers, because the long arm of the law will catch up with anybody who masquerades under any guise to perpetrate criminality within my territory. And that I will do without minding whose horse is God.
All right, Mr. Chairman, I'm pretty sure you would understand the fact that we needed the clarity, especially because we wouldn't want to appear as though we're stereotyping a particular ethnic group. Anybody can learn how to speak that language and then perpetrate crime.
Now making it look that way. I haven't said anything that suggests as if any ethnic group is being targeted. And of course, you know, as a lawyer, I would not indulge in that kind of
course.
act.
Of course.
But when a man commits crime, for instance, if I commit crime, people will say an Ikwere man has committed crime, an Ababu man has committed crime. So for us to avoid this kind of references, the best we can do for the areas we come from is to ensure that we do not do anything that will suggest that is the trade of the ethnic group. But far from it, we are not saying that the ethnic group is involved in any unwholesome attitude. But that is the reality that we face.
All right.
The reality that we face now is that my local government area has been invaded by Fulani herdsmen. So that is the situation. I'm not targeting.
What is the role of Emovis now? Because we know that you have said that, Emovis would not get paid until the man you've declared wanted is apprehended. I'm pretty sure Emovis are also supposed to be ensuring security now that you are talking about herders invading parts of Emohua Local Government Council. So if they're not going to be paid until somebody is apprehended, what about the other services that they are also rendering, trying to prevent crime by other people? Shouldn't they be paid for those?
Well, I honestly would have advised that become a lawyer of the Emohua Vigilante Service. Set up Emohua Vigilante Service, and these persons who are nominated from the various communities, including Elebrada, where Odigwe Ward comes from. And up till now, for more than nearly 2 years, we have not been able to Odigwe Ward. And I have people from that village, from Wardy's village, where he carries AK-47 and brandishes broad daylight. Yet I have no information on it. So what I have done is to seize the allowances of the Emohua Vigilante with a view to reminding them of their core duty, which is to provide information to the police, that the police would catch up with whoever is disturbing the peace of the
You do not think this might deter them or dampen? You don't think this might dampen their motivation?
What?
You don't think that step you've taken, in as much as you might have good intentions, could dampen their motivation to want to work?
Well, I wish you were a member of the Emohua Vigilante. Then I will know whether your motivation will be dampened. As for those I am addressing, they will only be fired up. Their efforts will be redoubled. That is what parents do to children when the output reduces. You take measures. So I will not be afraid to take a decision just because something else will happen. No, I'm not one in that bold. So they will redouble their efforts because I have provided logistics and everything for them to be able to do their duty. So what they are not at cannot continue to put the local government in bad light.
And so then, Doc, when you look at it critically, still to dwell on this a little bit, some people would argue that, well, if you're going to take this approach, no, despite how noble your intentions might be, if we look at it from a perspective of, imagine the government saying, oh, we are not going to pay the police because we give them a task to bring somebody and they've not been able to do it, whereas their job also involves providing security and providing information for other individuals or for other forms of crime within society. From that perspective, you would understand why some people are concerned that, well, even if they are still going to do this and ensure that this person is captured, at least the chairman should consider that there are other things that they do in that community, like you've raised the herders problem now, and I'm sure that they would also have a role to play in trying to ensure that people who involve in this sort of crime are apprehended. So shouldn't it be something that the council and you should consider to perhaps look at another approach at motivating these people to get the job done? And importantly, the question people are even asking is the role of the traditional rulers in the various communities. How as good is the working relationship between yourself and the traditional rulers to ensure that these criminal elements are apprehended as quickly as possible? By all means, they should have some sort of information as well.
So, Andrew, I want to refresh your memory to what happened during the reign of Florence Anene, also known as Anene the Law. I will refer you to a certain meeting of the Armed Forces Ruling Council, where General Ibrahim Babangida presided, head of state as he then was. That he asked Inspector General of Police then about Florence Anene. That does not mean that he has clamped down on the police. What I have done as a leader is to rejuvenate the Emohua Vigilante so that they will be alive to their duty of providing security for the local government. So they will, on their own, I'm already you. They will on their own now do the but if that is your problem, we will look at it. We will look at the decision we have made. But what the people, they also beneficial. Whatever we are doing, we are targeting majority of members of our local government. We are not doing it for fun of it. We are poised to ensure that the local government area is safe for people who live and do business in the local government.
All right, Chairman.
So we'll look at it if that will dampen there. But I have received phone calls. I have been briefed by the commander of the MOVE on what they are doing with a view to ensuring that the peace we enjoy in the local government remains. And of course, it's important to note and to tell you, if you ask why is this thriving, and I've also said that it is thriving because of the collaboration of security agencies. Okay, imagine what happened in Iba a day or two ago. Some men of Nigerian security and civil defense went to share money with these miscreants. And I say it on good authority, I have proof.
Have you reported it?
Have you what?
If you've reported to the security authorities.
So who is listening? Who is listening? Who is listening?
But at least it will not be out of place if you have proof to report
it. Who preaches to a choir? The choir knows what the pastor wants to preach. So who do I go and report to? So the person I'm reporting to didn't know that his men were hit by bullets by these miscreants. And what was the position of the boys? They came, they gave them money, they came back again. Which means there is a business. You made reference of the one in Rubebe where over 20 persons were killed. And I said to you, there was a formation of a security agent close to where the illegal bunkering was posted. The best way to do is to ask that these security agencies post people from these communities back to these places. That is the only way this thing will stop. Let Rivers people come and man and police Rivers State. Because people see posting to Rivers State as huge business, they come to make money. Pollute our air, go to Lekki and Wuse and other parts of the country to buy houses and breathe fresh air with their family. As far as Rivers State is concerned, anything can happen. No, but it's not true.
But as much as, Chairman,
there's a government here.
Dr. Lloyd, as much as...
Even if we can only blow muted trumpets, we can't punish the officers, but we will keep shouting. We will name and shame them.
Dr. Lloyd, as much as we would say that, well, you can finger some security personnel for aiding this sort of crime, we can't also take away the fact that our own people are the ones perpetrating the crime. Aren't they aware that these things are affecting our environment?
The boys who are doing this, if they don't transport it, nobody will buy. It's simple. If there are no buyers of stolen products, the thieves will not go and waste their time. It's as simple as that. You come on the road, on that our own section of the East-West Road, you have more than 40 checkpoints. Where do they carry the products through? I don't want to be immodest. When I keep shouting, it is as if I have issues with security agencies. There are very fine officers among them. There are very fine officers, but there are disgruntled ones among them.
Let's take a few.
That's the problem.